Okay, let's set up N1MM. After you start running the program, it comes up with a nice little hello on N1MM. It'll actually say what your call sign is once you configure the program, the authors, the copyright, all that other good information. No warranty, etc., etc., etc. You go to, from its menu, on the entry window, and the N1MM is comprised of a bunch of separate windows we'll see later. You go to config, change station date, and you enter the usual stuff. And I spelled Richboro wrong. Oops. Your call sign, name, address, grid square, CQ zone, ITU zone, license class, whatever contests that need that information, and suck it out of there. Your latitude, longitude to calculate beam headings. And kind of unfortunately, they just use decimal degrees, so you might have to take your GPS or write down what your latitude, longitude is in degrees, minutes, seconds, or get them through a conversion program, or hand converted. I've done that a few times. And just punch it in there, north and west. You can put additional information, which your transmitter, receiver, or is, power level, blah, 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 blah. You can pre-fill in your radio club. You can even set up your email address and set it up to directly send emails for you to like submit your log for content. Or you can send in bug reports and other things directly to those guys. Yes?
Yeah, now sometimes I operate from Vermont, and it's K2AL/1. Can you set up two station data screens?
No, unfortunately not. I've done a bunch of portable operations, particularly in Pennsylvania QSO Party and such. You really should go and update the key pieces of information for whatever your entry might be. Yeah, that's what you have to do. I've had friends of mine that have used this on a de-expedition to Zone 2 in Canada for CQ Worldwide. And it was coming up with wrong headings and stuff like that. And they were like, what are you doing? I said, you got to get in there, change it to whatever the current zone is, correct the latitude, longitude, tell it you're in Canada instead, etc. And it will, then correct itself. They did that, they were happy. Okay. Next thing you need to do is define your station setup. Again, from the config menu, configure port, mode control, audio, other. This is actually this was the major point where you configured pretty much everything about your station to N1MM. They've actually trimmed out a few things and put them in other areas of the program. So it makes this just a little bit less daunting, but there's still a lot of information you have to set up there. The key things you want to configure is tell it what your rig is for computer control to your rig. Does anybody have a computer controlled rig and hasn't bothered getting their computer to talk to their rig? Get with the program. Trust me. Very first time I did that, so many years ago, when I got home, I got my hands on a interface adapter for my Kenwood and got my Kenwood talking to the computer. You never have to write down the frequency in your logging program, and what the operating mode is and such. And when you're running DX spots, you can just say, go to this frequency, it's right there. It makes life so much more convenient. And N1MM, of its shining stars, that's half of it. The other half of it is telnet access. Oh, that's the other third of it. The final third is the rest of the program. You set up PTT and CW keying, what telnet cluster. Actually, I didn't update that. That's now moved out of this into another area of the program.
What is that?
If telnet cluster, or DX cluster, slotting network, or what is it?
I don't even know what it is in some of these terms.
DX spotting. There is an internet network out there. Internet was going to be the death of ham radio. What do we do as hams? We just embrace the new technology and suck it right into us as fast as we can. Hopefully we'll never have to say Spark forever. I ran into somebody recently like that. She should be saying Spark forever. So, you're going up and down the bands. Let's just say you find North Korea legitimately on the radio. Well, you work and you get it in your log. Oh, let the rest of the community, nice guy, let the rest of the community know about it. P5, whatever, is on this frequency, enter. That information will go through this network of ham radio nodes, you call them. That comes back from packet radio days. Throughout the world, everybody else will know that that P5 guy is on that frequency at that time. So if you want to get on the radio, just works with DX, you don't want to sit there cruising up and down the bands and try to find somebody, you can look at this information coming in and say, oh, there's somebody in Germany. Yeah, I want to get Germany to my log. I can just go to Germany or any other country that happens to be on the air at the time.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Okay.
And I'll show you in the program, there should be spots, what we call spots rolling in, and stations out there around the world, considering what the band conditions are. Single operator, 1 VFO. Single operated 2 VFO, single operated 2 radios. Some of the big gun contest stations, or quite a few of the big gun contest stations, have realized the rule is you can have 1 signal on the air at a time. Okay? But if they're just sitting there calling CQ, 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 and the rate's gone down pretty slow, this other guy's calling, but they haven't worked in the contest. So they've set up to go to a second radio, tune, find another station, work him on that second radio, and go back to calling CQ. Find another station, so they go back and forth, and they're listening to the audio left, right, in their headsets.
Jeez.
Yeah, tell me about it.
If you haven't done it before, you haven't done it.
It's, yeah, for radio.
On VHF.
Oh, VHF. This is doing HF on 2 radios,
Yeah,
2 active bands. Okay. I can't afford to set up everything for a single operated 2 radio station. Not a lot of hams can. You know, you sometimes need some pretty incredible bandpass filters to keep that full gallon and a half 20-meter signal out of your 40-meter antenna, and vice versa, because you got separate amps for the different bands and everything. One of the authors of N1MM realized, wait, you got a lot of radios now with a subreceiver in them, fully active subreceiver. I can do single operated 2 VFOs with 1 radio, call CQ on 1 frequency, tune around and listen on the other frequency, find somebody, switch to that side, make the queue go back. So you got almost the full experience here, 2 radios with 1 radio. The downside is in here, if somebody starts calling you on the one you kind of like vacated on for some reason, you can hear it, you can then jump right back to when you get done with the sub-receiver, the second receiver. Here, once he starts transmitting on that second VFO, usually the first VFO goes dead, because you can't run that power from the second receiver without toasting it.
Okay.
I've tried it, I've listened to 2 at the same time, I managed twice worked all counties in the PAQ sub-party because of it, because I found those last couple of counties I needed while I was still calling CQ. But man, you're listening to 2 signals at the same time and everything.
Oh, the big brain test.
I'm sorry? Yeah. I mean, I'll get done with a contest and you're mentally exhausted listening to all that static and everything. And I'll try to double 2 frequencies and stuff. You said something?
The ultimate multitasking.
Yes, and it's like, it hasn't just flowed out of my fingertips yet. Along with the Telnet, this is also the format of the Telnet for, there's 2 kinds of clusters or nodes where you can get this information. The common AR nodes, the other style is called DX Spider, and they have slightly different commands, and you have to tell N1MM if you want to talk to a DX Spider thing. It really should be at a different spot in the program, but they did it kind of like as a global option. And mode control, follow the radio. So if you're in a contest and you're jumping between phone and sideband, it will automatically follow what that mode is, the radio, log that information. You can set it so you're always going to be in sideband, you're always going to be in CW. You can set that as what you want, if you want it. All right. This is a wonderful screen. They've simplified this and made it more powerful at the same time. You have several areas. Well, first thing is the hardware. You can change what the function keys do, how to support digital modes such as RIDI, PSK, various other things. I can show you that a little bit later. If you have this external WinKey USB-based keyer, it'll interface very nicely with that. Mode control, you can say follow the mode of the radio or jump to another mode. What your antennas are if you need. If you get to the high end of 20 meters, switch to this antenna and such, you can have N1MM handle that for you. Score reporting broadcast data, some audio control stuff that's very new. I haven't really played with that yet. So currently, I have my setup here as I copy the screen from. I say my Ella-Craft is connected on COM4 on the computer. It's just stored in this case because the radio was not connected at the time. COM4 could not be found. And I told it, it's an Ella-Craft. You're also going to do CW and other controls through that port. And you can go in and set various details on these set buttons here. So I'll have that screen here showed up. If you want to just use one VFO, set the radio button there. If you want to try the 2 VFO mode and make some internal adjustments to the program, click it there. If you want to go full hog, SO2R.
Good question. What's it looking for in the ARRL section in the station?
Standard abbreviations, NNJ, SNJ,
Oh, okay.
EPA, WPA.
Got it.
Really, it's just taking that information and it's going to use that to say, oh, I'm sending it in for an ARRL contest. They usually ask for that information. It generates the gorilla field for it.
What's the digi checkbox for?
If you have a particular thing set up for digital mode, like I still have a PKG32. So I don't have it set up with this computer with a laptop here. But let's say that's on COM3. So COM3, and you just select Digi, no radio, the setup will let you then go in and set the necessary things for the PK232 with a cam or whatever other device you might be using.
That would also work for like virtual COM port devices, etc.
It should. This is a recent change. It used to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It used to be the program only supported comms 1 through 8. They now support comms 1 through 99, so when you do this drop down, you'll see all the comms that
Pick the COM of your choice.
Yes, all the comms that are available at that time. So if you only got 1, 2, 3, 97 to 98, that's all you'll see in your list. They're trying to be a little bit intelligent there. Now, if I was to drop it at the time when I did this, which was around 34,000 feet, somewhere over Missouri, if I drop this down, I'm going to see nothing because I did not have the COM port that's used through the serial adapter. So, you hit that set button, you bring up this little screen. So that's what the COM port is. I just run the Ella-Craft at its maximum rate, 38.4 kilovolt, but if you have a radio that likes to be 2400, 14.4, whatever rate it likes, you can set all the standard speeds there. The parity, data bits, stop bits, I'm sure all of us have set that about 1,000 times in our lives.
To those same values.
Yeah, same values. many. For where I work, we like odd parity. Still asking my boss why he chose that. He doesn't have an answer.
He wasn't there.
He's not the computer whiz that I am, but man, he can do an FPGA, design a field programmable data array around the circuits. Though I did catch a very interesting bug. Ella-Craft is smart enough to take the DTR pin on the same port as being, can take the DTR or the RTS pin as either the CW and the PTT control. So I've told N1MM use the data terminal ready pin as the CW and the ready to send pin as PTT. And I should have done the drop downs. Interestingly, I think you can use DTR as CW or PTT, but RTS can only be used as PTT. So it kind of forces you into that mode. I just said this is radio number 1. If you have 2 radios, you'd say this is radio number 1. This is radio number 2 for single operator 2 radio.
PTT stands for what?
Push to talk.
That's voice.
Right? But
Well,
it's not only voice, it's key to transmitter.
Okay.
Okay, not everybody agrees with me. When I've got the radio, the computer talking to the radio and doing CW keying and voice keying and such, I like the whole chain to be under control. I don't like having Vox mode to trip things on the radio. So I like the computer to key the rig, send the CW, or key the rig, send the voice file to the digital voice key. Or do anything like that. And then when the computer's done, unkey the radio. In particular, I like it because, I start transmitting something from one of the memories in N1MM and I realize I shouldn't be transmitting. I can just hit escape key, N1MM will stop and drop the PTT.
How's the break-in if you're just typing from a keyboard at that point?
It will then look at the PTT delay, key it before it does any of the operations. So that's the default 30 milliseconds.
And then you go hang time as well.
Is there a hang time here?
Hang time for the PTT.
It'll key it as long as the message is going out.
Oh,
Okay, so if you've happen to have a long brag message in CW for some reason,
that's fine.
it'll just keep going until it finally says less character sent. Probably do some default hang time and then unkey. You can, and I've done this a few times, control through software PTT. When you tell it it's an LCRIP, when you tell it's an ICOM, a Kenwood, whatever the models are, N1MM has all the computer control commands already built into it. You don't have to edit anything. So if the radio supports telling it by a computer command to key the rig, it'll key the rig through that command.
So then you would select RTS PTT, you just leave it open.
Right. You can leave that out, or if that's what you want to do. So.
I got you.
Some people don't have the ability or have to run the DTR, so the CW keying on something else, and they don't have like 2 ports going out. I actually put an extra serial port in the computer so I have more real serial ports.
Does it need to have a radio plugged in to see a COM port? Because I'm running it over here and I go down a COM port and it says none.
You need a COM port. So there's right now, if I was to do that drop-down box, I'll have the same issue because my COM ports on this computer are all USB, the serial adapters.
Oh, you need a regular DB9.
Yeah. Well, you need something that says it's a COM port. And I actually just purchased LCRIF's updated I/O board that has a USB interface. I just haven't installed it in the radio and gotten in one
I see.
configured. They'll still look like a COM port, but there'll be no DB9 in the chain. It'll be USB to USB. And everything for the radio, I can pass all the audio files in that. Now that's LCRIF specific, but ICOM's latest radios are doing the same thing.
Mark, if I'm running a fat configuration of N1MM, SO2R, I've got the DS cluster going, I've got this, that, the other thing going, whatever it is, what are my system requirements to make it really run?
I have to go look that up from the website. They made a number of changes late in the Visual Basic 6 version to address that.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be running this on a netbook, or are you going to be...
Netbook might be pushing it, but they're going through and they're grabbing the multi-core processors. They let one processor handle all the packet interface, all the spots coming in. And they've said, oh, okay, I'm getting overloaded. These older ones, they're going in the garbage. It's pushing them out. And I've seen displays come up and saying, I purged 300 spots from the database and stuff like that. They realize that people are getting so much data, especially now it's what's called the reverse beacon network. These are automated skimmer radios out there that are listening to the CW going by, and they're able to figure out who's the CQ or who's the answerer, and put an automatically generated a DX spot for the caller. And I've had this thing, you just see the spots vroom, vroom, coming up. It's unbelievable, and it's all, again, all software. You can use a foot switch that'll connect basically, and they're connecting it basically to N1MM. They'll use that to trigger things from happening. You can have it slowly pull the radio for data, run it at a fast pace, so this normal, the manual lists the specifics. I've never had any reason to change it from normal.
What's 2 radio protocol?
That's another one I haven't played with. Again, it's probably dealing with SO2R, and I haven't really played in that world yet. And I probably will never play in that world yet. And they're convenient. Here's the suggested LCRIF settings. We put that at the bottom of every screen for the radios. ICOMs are interesting because they have their ID number for each radio model, which is starting to bite them because they're running out of ID numbers. They've come through so many models over the years. So, but he'll have it if you have a 706 there, it'll say it's the recommended ID, you use the default ID if you haven't changed it.
So the only time you need to deal with that is if you have 2 identical radios and you have to change one.
Yeah. And then you would put that in a field that pops up there for icons. And only icons. I'm sorry?
I had 746 Pros, 2 of them.
Yeah, you can't have it at the same address.
Yeah.
By the way, they do not support the CT17 interface where you have like 2 icons, different addresses going into one serial port. They do not support that. You have to use 2 separate COM ports. I was running a CT17, works great with my regular logging program, DX Lab Suite, but anytime I wanted to do a contest where I used my VHF, UHF rate, VHF contest, VHF, UHF for the 2-meter 440, and the HF rate for 6 meters, I had to separate with another adapter and get it on another port and change a whole bunch of stuff around. And I did mention it to them, they gave me a whole bunch of reasons, and ICOM has bugs in their interface. They actually recommend if you have any ICOM radio talking to the PWM1, don't hook it to a computer or anything else because the amp can be commanded into unsafe modes by accident because they have bugs in their interface.
Not the same people who were into these are.
I'm sorry? They used to ask you for a port address. It looks like they've gotten a little bit smarter here in the older version. I didn't take this out, but I had to go at one point into my device manager to find out what the port address was for the I/O card that I was using to send CW, DTR, and RTS to CW and PTT. Okay, as I said, if you use another COM port for CW, PTT, that can be set up as needed. Really similar screen, but as you can see, CW, PTT can be set up there if you really want it on a separate port, or if your radio needs the DTR or the RTS pins. Older Kenwoods do. One thing, one of the members of FRC was having all sorts of problems, couldn't get CW to work on her computer, and then when and such, and said, "You have to bring everything over to your house." And now she lives in South Jersey. And I'm like, no, let me come down to your place here. It's a home for me. I'm helping you, but it'll be easier if it's in your environment and such. She could have brought the computer over because as soon as I sat down, opened up N1M and looked at the configuration, I saw the problem. She defined CW on 2 different ports. When an N1MM went to go send CW, I don't know what port to send it to. You told me 2 different spots. I can only send it to 1. Unfortunately, there was no error checking in there. So, learn the hard way. An hour driving down, an hour driving back, problem fixed in 5 minutes.
That actually could be a feature if it would actually work.
It'll sort it out if you got SO2R running.
No, what I'm saying is that for contests where you're allowed to transmit on 2 bands at once, they could use that contest, they started to allow that again. And in the old days, I would strap my stations across 1 gear, just to, especially, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Instead of doing ding, 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 and hitting the gears separately in sequence, I just strap them together and let them all sing at the same time and just listen to the runners when it comes back. At 2 o'clock in the morning, it wasn't much.
Theoretically, there shouldn't be a problem if they can do that, but if they get asked, politely and such, and they can see the value of it, they make that work. Okay, Telnet cluster access. And again, I'm going to show you N1MM. I'm not sure how to flip back and forth between these 2 things and make the presentation a little hectic if I start doing that also. All the packet cluster with DX spotting network stuff configuration had to move to this Telnet window. It used to be just showing you the data that was coming through, but now they made another tab mode for things, and they put it here. So I've got, as you can see from here, I said P3 Willy Willy. That's one of the major FRC Telnet nodes. It's open to anybody. You do not need to be a member of FRC to use it. You can go to the club website, gofrc.org, and look up the data there. It's k3willywilly.gofrc.org. There's that port 7300, so you have to add that little extra piece of information.
Where is your Telnet cluster access?
This one is located in Percy, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
No. I'm saying, where in the menu do you have that?
Oh, it's on the Telnet window. So if you go to Windows, I can tell you're running it there.
Yeah.
And you go to Windows, Go down the list, you should see an option for Telnet. Click that option, that'll bring up that window, and then you'll see it up there. They moved it out of the configuration because every time you went in there and made a change, it's also reinitializing the radios and stuff, and some people did not like that or was causing other issues, so they moved it. He moved it, or the team moved it to the 7th point, which kind of makes more sense. I've selected automatically log on, so every now and then I get kicked off of K3 Willy Willy, whatever node I'm using, and it'll automatically reconnect for me. All of the FRC nodes are run this DX Spider version of the software, so I have to check this box. There's some auto-generated commands when format it correctly. It really should be with each station. So I know the FRC ones are DX Spider. I don't know the other ones. I tell it I want to log in with A3K. You can have buttons on this window here or not. And I can say, go ahead, connect to it, and it'll run through the stuff to get you online. And you can go in, it comes with probably 100, 150 stations already defined. You can go and add additional stations to N1MM's default list. Yes, of course.
Let's make the caveat known that you have to have access to the ports.
You have to have that. This building is pretty well locked down. A lot of the stuff out there seems to like to run on 7300, 7373, 7000, 8000, 8080. Apparently the 23 is actually the default Telnet port. It's just an extra piece of information, so if you've got multiple connections going out, when the data comes back in, the internal stuff for networking goes what application to route it to inside the computer. Apparently this building only has port 80 open, so I couldn't find 80 in here and I didn't want to edit any of these things. But when you're at home, you have control over your Wi-Fi, your network access. You're in a public place, they start locking things down. I haven't even dared try running this program where I work. If you drive past my building, you wouldn't even know what the Wi-Fi address was, the Wi-Fi name was.
Give me a few minutes.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
The strongest signal you can figure. You just drove by, you wouldn't realize it was us.
Actually, you leak SSID data all the time. No matter how you set it.
Oh yeah, we said it. We do. It's out there. It just doesn't say anything about Harris Corporation. You just have to fit in. There's 3 other large companies right by us, and you could be in a spot where you got a good signal, max signal, and just don't know which is which. You can figure it out eventually. But then again, they're encrypted and such. True.
Start with the air magnet.
Okay, here's one of the little tips. Let's say you add your favorite ones, or you have a couple of favorites from this big list here. Put an asterisk in front of their names. This list is sorted in the order that the information was entered. But when you go to pick one for runtime use, those guys will get sorted up to the top of the list so you can find them real quick. Otherwise, you got to go through all the way down. And K's are pretty far from W's, pretty far from, pretty close to V's. You just got to deal with, like I said, at least 150 clusters, excuse me, around the world that are already configured in there.
That's good.
And that isn't even all of them. They don't have the FRC ones. It's probably a licensed CCC thing. Yankee Clipper Contest Club, FRC's are Germany. As I said, you put the star in front of it, they'll get sorted to the top of the list, and I'll show you that later.
What's the local port one doing functionally? I mean, obviously it's a local cluster, but like on your machine, but why would you?
Question. I haven't played with that.
Why would you configure that?
They may have just entered the default information on the list, or they're testing something offline. They don't want to put it out on the real cluster.
I was wondering.
So the program will say, okay, I see this prefix, it's this country and such. I'm sure at some point they're going to put a P5 in there. But you don't want that to go out because everybody's alarm to go off at this station. People go charging down their basement stairs, trip, fall, break a neck and something, all for a fake P5 spot.
It kind of suggests there's an application in your local computer listing on 7300. And it's probably doing spotting in its own right.
It probably, and that's, that
Because if
is,
there's nothing listening and it hasn't opened that port, you simply get disconnected.
they are doing that internally, I can see that they're doing that, to get stuff between the different applications, they're just using it locally.
A lot of apps do that to communicate amongst
Right, so you let the IP or the Ethernet,
It looks like an IP connection, but it never goes out to store, it just stays local.
Kind of, being in a real-time embedded world, you know, it's like, just send a message from one test to another.
You have IPC calls and whatnot.
So close, okay.
Stop a second. Need more battery change. It's like a battery change.
Yeah, I know.
Changes battery.